Sabili Academy presents Islam Step by Step, Course 2, Your Faith, Sheikh Ibrahim Zaidan.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The belief in the qadr, the divine decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we talked about before. What are some of the benefits in the belief in the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? There are such great benefits that it's really a blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us to get to know the proper belief in the qadr, the divine decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it's the ingredients of happiness in this life and in the hereafter. In the hereafter, because we believe in the right thing. And this is one of the pillars of Al-Iman, and the rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the believers as known, and for a person to save himself from the hellfire to have the proper belief. The benefits of it in this life, in our worldly life, in our livelihood matters, are so much great benefits. One of which is that a person is always content, that a person is not in state of depression and misery and concerns that causes people not to enjoy anything in this life. This life is not intended for people to have the ultimate joy in it. If you are the richest man on the face of earth, if you're the strongest person on the face of earth, the ultimate joy is not to be fulfilled in this world, and it's very clear. You would have certain things that will cause you pain. You would have challenges. You would get old. A person would die. A person would fall sick. So there's always challenges in this life. How to face it without the belief in the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's why people fall into depression and sadness and so on. But to believe in the qadr of Allah, when a person knows that everything is by the decree of Allah, and it's based on the wisdom of Allah, and the knowledge of Allah, and the mercy of Allah, then the person is content and pleased with Allah. Because every divine decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not just like that. It's based on the wisdom of Allah. There's a wisdom behind it. It's based on the knowledge of Allah, and it's based on the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that means a person then will be content. You're being tested by whatever you face in this life, to extract from you whether to be patient, whether to be grateful, whether to do acts of certain obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to the situation that you're in. Are you worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only when at times of ease, or when at times of difficulties you stay away from the worship of Allah? Do you wake up for Salatul Fajr only in the winter time when the night is long, or you also wake up for Salatul Fajr and you exert yourself when it's summer time, when the night is short? This is all by the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to test us. This is all trials after trials. So the great benefit is to be steadfast upon the deen of Allah and to be always content. The Prophet ﷺ, he said an amazing thing, and it's only for the believers. عَجَبًا لِأَمْرِ الْمُؤْمِنِ أَمْرُهُ كُلُّهُ لَهُ خَيْرٌ إِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ سَرَّاءَ شَكَرَ فَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ وَإِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ ضَرَّاءَ صَبَرَ فَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ. Amazing is the affairs of the believers, because if something good happens to him, he's grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's good for him. And if something bad happens to him and he's patient with it, it's good for him. That means he will get the rewards of patience. So the believers are always winning in this life, because they're either patient or grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they're grateful to Allah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided them to be patient. So it's one blessings after the other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentioned in the Quran, when the believers, they say, قُلْ لَا يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا هُوَ مَوْلَانَا. That nothing would afflict us unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had recorded for us, ordained it for us. He is Mawlana. He is the one that supports us and helps us. So everything is decreed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's the most merciful subhanahu wa ta'ala. So always think good about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when people are so much limited to the beauty of this life, when they don't believe in the hereafter, when they're not witnessing the hereafter in their life, they would fall into the trap of shaitan, in which he would make them only focus on the beauty is the beauty of this life. The fun, the enjoyment, the delight is the delight of this life only. This is all ignorance. But rather to have to look at the everlasting life after this life, and to seek rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the great benefit of seeking rewards from Allah, to be content, not to have this terrifying fear when it comes to the fear of other than Allah. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Be upon what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from you. Be prepared for whatever we face in this life, to believe in the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be always pleased with Allah. There are so many great benefits that we can list one after the other as a result of believing in the divine decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we'll stop here inshallah ta'ala. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.